Hello everyone, I'm glad you're with me today. I got my coffee, I'm getting ready to do a full face look, and it's going to incorporate all sorts of new products. A lot of it's some new PR stuff this time of year. Seems like there's a lot of that where the holiday stuff is concerned. I also have a brand new foundation that I'm going to be testing for the first time that I purchased. I saw that it was new and I sought it out right away. We'll get there first. A little sip of coffee. Love this cup. I think of my pal Erica every time I use it. Somebody said in a comment on the last video, why are you wearing marshmallows on your head? I thought that was funny, but I like this headband. There's something about putting it on, having the hair out of the face. It bothers me sometimes when I see people on video and their hair is not out of their face and they're doing like this full face of makeup and there's hair just like coming down. I'm like, just get it back. I'm a full supporter of the makeup headband stuff. So I'm gonna use this primer. I don't know if I've used this on camera yet, but I've certainly been experimenting with it on and off. And it's from Lancome and it's called Priming Serum 24-Hour Hydrating Solid Smoothing Primer. So reminding me a little bit of like what Tatcha's got going on. They give you this very luxe compact. There's a scooper right here, which I've actually been using. So there's that, and then scoop yourself out a little sliver, you know, go for it. Very creamy feeling at the get-go, and then it does have this, I don't know, almost like a pore filling kind of vibe, but yet it's hydrating. I feel like it smooths over my pores a little bit, and it makes the overall surface of my skin feel a little more just consistent all over, but yet, yeah, it definitely adds some hydration. But we do have a new foundation. I guess I'm matching it with my blue shirt. It's Estee Lauder's Futurist Skin Tint Serum with Botanical Oil Infusion, Broad Spectrum SPF 20. When I saw this was a thing, where did I first see it? Maybe Ulta's website, but then I contacted David. Tried to buy my Estee Lauder stuff through him. He's the resident makeup artist at Bergdorf Goodman, and he's my pal, and he knows the shades, and he just figures that out. So I'm 2-in-1 Desert Beige in this stuff. This is what it looks like. Pretty little bottle. It does have the dropper. The description says a silky skin caring serum with the beauty benefits of a sheer tinted skin tone perfector. Alrighty, let's shake it up first. Let's try it and see how we like it. We're in this nice frosted glass bottle. Go ahead and start dropping. This may be a lot, I'm not sure. It's interesting how it seemed like when I shook the bottle, I thought it was going to be incredibly watery, but do you see how this stuff is not really running across my skin right now? I'm going to use my little dense profusion brush, and I'm going to sort of dab it out a bit. Distribute it. This is the foundation distribution. Seems like the coverage is going to be very light, but there is a radiance to it. Can you see that on the top of the cheek here? Just keep blending. And the point is for it to be light. Just making sure it's all blended. At first I could kind of see the brush strokes going through it, but now it's all working into the skin. It's giving me a real no makeup kind of look, but it certainly enhanced the radiance of my skin. I think it took down some redness in some areas, like around the nose, and even on little blemishes. Certainly doesn't look makeup-y. The skin feels extremely dewy. Keep in mind we were extra hydrated with that primer too. One thing I notice with Estee Lauder foundations is that I have pretty consistently good staying power with most of them that I've used. And there was a product in the line, like kind of a water weight sort of foundation that didn't hang around a super long time, but I loved that stuff. And so when I saw that they had this, it kind of made me think of that product. And I thought, oh, I want to experience that again. Wow, if you're wanting something that really is looking like skin, I mean, this is my first go around. I really am a firm believer that it takes some time to truly understand what a foundation's doing for you, but I do like how this is so sneaky and it really is just making my skin look radiant. I'm glowing, I've got light coverage, but it truly doesn't look makeup-y at all. I'm excited to keep this in the rotation, keep working with this. You're staying out here, baby. Biscuits is sitting over there on the pink chair. She's like my little producer. She's just taking it all in. She's waiting waiting to sit in this chair as soon as I'm done. Lancome sent a new concealer that I have been working with a little bit. This is their serum concealer, Natural Skin Glow Serum Concealer. I have seen a lot of people enjoying their regular concealer. I have that too. It's in the same packaging, but I think with a black cap. So in experimenting with this, I've kind of compared it back to that one. This does feel lighter. I'm in 115C. And we got our little doe foot. It's kind of like a scoop doe foot. It's holding some product. And our foundation isn't covering a ton today, so we'll really see what this concealer can do. Let's just see. Are you guys noticing the fall colors where you live? I'm seeing it so much here, and I've always said it shows up more on a cloudy day. I think the colors are able to contrast more with the sky. They're less shadowed, sort of, by a really sunny day, and I just love to see that. Okay, I'm going to spread this around. It's really, really thin feeling, like to touch it with your finger. We're just spreading those dots around with the small end of an e.l.f. Duo Complexion brush. And then I like to dab it in with the larger side. This is Coverage Preservation. Dab, dab, dab. Blot that in. Wow. You talk about not looking makeup-y today on the surface of the skin. I do feel that is definitely doing some work on my under eye, but just looking way up close, it doesn't look like product is sitting there. I like this stuff, but I kind of feel like the NYX concealer, the Bear With Me concealer serum, might have this beat, because I feel like it's every bit as thin, but it's more little goes a long way where the coverage is concerned, and it still doesn't look like much on the skin once you've blended it out. Just in terms of weight and obvious makeup look, it's very good about that too. So that's kind of my takeaway here as we come in close. We can see, okay, from different angles, maybe the under eye isn't quite as covered as it would be with some other products, but yet you got to give the skin credit. It is skinning, it is looking good. These two things are certainly sneaky kinds of makeup products. They're giving me all the radiance, all the juice on the skin without really leaving a trace of obvious makeup sitting there. So if that's your jam, these might be some products you're interested in trying. But again, I feel like this isn't the only concealer giving that kind of a look. And I think the NYX definitely has more coverage than this. Next up, I want to set my under eye, and I'm going to use my Huda Easy Bake and Snatch. I know I've used this in a recent video too. I have the shade Cupcake. I'm still kind of figuring this one out and what application method I like best and at what stage in the makeup routine I like this. I thought it looked really pretty the other day when I came up here and touched up my makeup, and I took just a small brush. This is Profusion's PD5 flat setting powder brush, but also like a Real Techniques setting brush was very comparable to this. But I just kind of went into it, and it's like I hit this area under the eye, top of cheek. I went around the nose with it, and I thought, wow, that looked really good in that sense. And I wasn't sure that it was its best look when I used my triangle powder puff the last time. So I'm trying setting my under eye with a brush now, and just seeing how that works. And I do think it's kind of helping even things out here. It's mattifying a little bit. When your skin's a little less shiny, it does get more of a perfected look going. So I'm just buffing this in on the under eye. It still feels really tacky. I must be getting just a very light amount on. Got parent-teacher conferences this evening, so I do need my makeup to last. Maybe I'll take a little bit of the powder puff with it. Lightly, feeling smooth, not feeling too dry. Yeah, I think I kind of prefer this little powder as a touch-up over just the initial bake, let's say. And then I want a little bit of powder elsewhere on the skin too. I'm gonna go to my Infallible. This is my, it's called Fresh Wear Foundation in a Powder, but I just get a little bit on my brush and I dab it on those other parts of the skin. This powder can still be sneaky. Powder foundation is not traditionally the kind of product where I've ever been like, oh, that's gonna be a sneaky looking product on the skin. But if you get a light bit on your brush and you just kind of dab around, yeah, it can certainly be sneaky. And then guys, I got a PR package that was unlike anything I've received before. It was like a collaborative PR box between 3 different brands, and it was the Lumi Glotion, these from Maybelline, the Skin Perfector 4-in-1, and then it had some sticks from NYX, like their jumbo sticks in some kind of like glowy shades. And I thought that was kind of cool, but I've just, in all these years of me being on YouTube, I've never experienced anything like that I've received. Thought that was interesting for these brands where like this and Glotion kind of competitor products, but they put them in the box and then there were like different tips on ways to combine and do different things. And one thing I've never done with this Perfector 4-in-1 is used a deeper shade to contour with. And they did provide multiple shades, so I thought I'll use this medium deep warm 2.5 and use it for some contour today. Let's try it. So I'm like clicking it up and I'm gonna dab it around. Typically I love this stuff as a primer. And I use the light shade in it. Pretty sure it's light. Yeah, light. I've used up a good amount of that. So I dab it on and then I'm gonna take my little Sephora 56 and we'll just see. I know this is gonna be light. I know it's gonna be really sheer compared to like a bronzer stick that you might throw on, but the finish of it looks super pretty. You know, it's got that light bit of glow in there. And I feel like there are some people out there who just think the bronzer sticks or the contour sticks are way too much, more than you bargained for. And this is light, but I'm liking it. Look at that. Light little soft contour. It's the lighter side of contour and bronze. Finish is really nice though. If you were wondering, would it be too shimmery to pull this move? I don't think so. Like it just blends right in. And a key quality of this stuff is that it's very lightweight, so it doesn't feel like a lot has been added. And then Makeup Forever, they sent a cute little package that had some individual blushes, highlighters, and some of their liners too. So I thought let's use one of these cute little blushes. We have Limitless Berry, Wherever Rose, and then we have Anywhere Peach. I'm gonna start at least with Wherever Rose. Oh, the compact is cool. Okay, makeup artists, listen up. So you've got this little individual compact and then there's a notch right here. It lifts up and your pan will just come right out. And you could put that into a palette among other things. But this is a nice matte rosy blush. Oh, a lot wants to come off on the brush. Let's see. Ooh, pretty, basic, but we like it. Oh yeah, there's a richness in this. I can see it. I'm trying to just like give one dab in, and with that one dab, that's the kind of cheek I'm getting, and then build it slightly. You know we want to throw on a little bit of that shade called, I think it's Limitless Berry. We had cheer last night and there was just kind of a lull where we were figuring some things out, and one of the little ones comes over to me and she's like, Miss Emily, can I tell you something? I'm like, sure. And she's like, what is a dog's favorite pizza topping? And I've heard this joke before and I'm starting to say it, and then she like beats me to it because she's so excited. She's like, pepperoni. And then I'm like, I've been looking for a nickname for you. Now you've got it. I will call you Pepperoni. And she starts hopping around. Limitless Berry. Let's look at the 2 shades together. Deeper, richer, even more rosy. Let's just get a little bit. Blush is fun. Never skip the blush. And you notice how I'm really trying to keep it out here, guys. I'm not bringing it in here. I'm keeping it out here. AI video taught me some things. Keeping it out. I could take that even higher. Trying to let it blend up. It's weird to feel like you're blending your blush into your under eye, but it does help with the lift. The overall lift on the face. Blush up higher and then just highlighting down in here. I'm still doing that too. Moral of the story on those blushes, I do really like them, but they're not that unique color-wise. They're nicely pigmented. They're very good quality. This is my first time working with them, but I feel like I could dupe those. Okay, and then highlighter-wise, whoa, what's that? We have a highlighter called Limitless Cocoa. That's rich. Deeper skin tones. It's got a really pretty sheen. It's got a lot of sparkle in it. And then another one that has some sparkle too here, Anywhere Glimmer. That might be a possibility. Wherever Pearl. Ding, ding, ding. Ooh, that's icy. That's got a real coolness to it. Okay, let's try the Pearl. Get the brush in there. Make sure we're in focus. The skin became wet, but it's not really wet. Oh, I dig. That's special. Just given the light, I don't know why. I got a light above too, I got lights everywhere, but this cheek always just gives off a little more. Even though I've applied the same amount of stuff over here. When it's dark and early, you can only do so much with your artificial lighting. If there's anything left on this brush, it's going up here. Oh my goodness. I'm really loving that. It's soft to the touch. It just really produced that gleam on the skin. And I'm looking up close at it, and I'm not seeing sparkle. These other couple of shades, I think, really had some sparkle going on in them, though. Anywhere Glimmer and Limitless Cocoa. Should I just skip through the brows, or should I'll just do it together. Some of y'all are probably actually getting ready with me, so let's do it. This is my current favorite product from Estee Lauder. Brow Perfect 3D All-in-One Styler. My shade says Cool Brown. We have the pencil, the little powder dabber, and the gel. And the pencil's perfect, the tone is perfect. It's just so quick, and it really works. It's a skinny pencil, by the way. It just looks thicker because, you know, this whole operation is thicker, but it's as thin as a, what am I thinking? Brow Wiz. See that brow? Like, it just came together so fast. Just this one side that I've used already. What do you think, Bisky? There's this guy on TikTok who plays his guitar like on top of existing songs and like gives them a whole new sound, and he's awesome. I'll need to like look up the name. He's so good. The one he did over that new Tate McRae song, Greedy, amazing. Also, what he did on Cruel Summer, mind blown. So we take our little powder dabber, additional fill. Oh, I'm hearing some wind out there. Yeah, those leaves are going to be dropping. The cottonwood is almost bare already. Cottonwoods just lose it fast, you know? They're already working on letting them go in August. Okay, this is the clear gel, and it does have good hold. There we go. Oh, that coffee is good. I want to take this moment to remind you that every day is a fresh start for your mindset. So just because, you know, yesterday I was struggling at a couple different times yesterday, just feeling discouraged. I was maybe feeling worried about Dad and how everything was going with his treatment and stuff. You know, going through chemo, you may feel good for a few days, and then some of those symptoms start hitting, and you're like, well, what's a normal symptom? What's a not normal symptom? It'd be nice if people could just experience that stuff and have zero change in their life, you know? But this is just your reminder that no matter how yesterday was, today doesn't have to be like yesterday. It's a new day. You don't need to hold on to any of those same feelings. You know, you can bring in new grace, new feelings, just a new vibe for the day, okay? This is your reminder. It's your fresh start. And even if you have to harness that fresh start concept sometime after lunch or in the middle of the afternoon, you know, you can do that too. I always talk about with my kids, it's never too late to turn over a new leaf. Decide that you're going to change your mindset. Okay, we are going to do some eyes right now, and I'm going to use this Milani eyeshadow primer, and I've received some new stuff literally on my doorstep just yesterday from ColourPop, some little holiday bundle type of things that I thought you might be interested in. And it's going to take me some time to fully like work with these things and understand them all, but I thought I'll pull one into this video at least. I really enjoyed that last look we did where we popped the lower lash line with that pretty jeweled emerald eyeliner. So ColourPop sent several of these little sets. This is called Jolly Vibes, and this one's kind of rosy, and it had the most colored looking liner, like a burgundy liner is with that. So I thought that's what I want to use because I maybe want to try to pull that same technique off again. But I'll show you the other ones. One is called Sweater Weather, and this is kind of your brownish neutral bronze. I think that's a dark brown liner that's in there with it. And then Naughty List, cool gray with a black liner. Silver's in there too. So Jolly Vibes. It's the Jingle On eyeshadow palette and the Joyride BFF cream gel liner. And they're packaged so cute, like a nice little stocking stuffer idea here. I really like ColourPop eyeshadows. I've enjoyed them so much in their larger palettes and stuff. We have a little shimmery dust coming off of that shade. Like they get pressed in and there were some little bits kind of around the outside that got broken, but the whole shadow is intact. So this is what this looks like. We've got some nice basic mattes and 2 shimmers. I'm going to start off with this shade called Be Extra. It's looking like Dusty Rose. And get that all sheared out in the crease. Ooh, look at that. Really enjoying the way this shade looks so sheared out. Not that you couldn't wear a color like this all over the lid, but my goodness, it's got some range. I really like ColourPop's mattes. Their Gone Matte palette, the big one, I love that so much. Look at this nice rosiness we've established here. There is a light shimmery kind of highlight. I'm not sure if I'm going to use it in that way. I'm just more so aiming to sheer this shade out into nothingness. Just kind of use it like that. Now let's deepen it up. Let's go over to Very Merry. In the scope of this palette, I guess I'm thinking that that's Dusty Rose, but honestly seeing it isolated on its own, it looks like kind of a taupey brown. You know how sometimes you just define the thing by its surroundings because you know this is more of a rosy palette, but it's really not all that rosy, I don't think. Adding to the crease. See that? We're just deepening things up. Instead of being quite so out here with it, we're just working it into the crease. Nice. And then we've got our deepest shade here, which looks like a deep kind of brownish burgundy called Gift Time. And I'm going to pick that up with my flat brush now. Tap off a little excess. There is some excess to be tapped. Pat that on about half of my eyelid. It's a nicely intense shade. It really is kind of what you see is what you get. Soft, you know, what you expect from a ColourPop shadow. I'm flipping my brush a little bit so that can go upward too. You can get a little bit, tap off some excess. I'm really wondering about the Wet n Wild holiday collection because it's on Ulta, but I'd love to get it in person because I just don't love ordering palettes and eyeshadows from Ulta's website. They just don't package them well. But that may be what it comes to because I really want to try those. Picking up my Profusion Small Pointed, same shade, and being a little more precise with how that works into my crease now. I'm doing like little circular motions is often what happens with that brush at this stage of the game. You may not even have to put any more on it, especially if you got your brush really loaded down the first time, the flat brush. But just swirl, 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 buff, buff, buff. Ooh. There's some very obvious like rosiness in this shimmer right here, but this is just a very dusty, murky, super subtle burgundy vibe out of the mattes. And I like that. I think that makes this very like everyday friendly. Like a dark mauviness is coming out of it. Okay, let's do some shimmer. Let's try this Cranberry Punch right here. A little bit on a smaller flat brush. Ooh, that's pretty. ColourPop says I can do a shimmer too. I'm just letting that slightly overlap the other shade and then work all the way in. Enjoyable. That little subtle gleam, and then we're going to take Party Hour here at the end. This is a shimmer. Let that come around the inner corner, y'all. I like these shimmery textures. These are soft, these are workable. I mean, they are very shimmery, but yet they're not flaky. Have to use the other palettes too and see kind of what textures are going on in there, but these seem really just like smooth pigmented shimmers. Then we've got this liner, and the liner seems to have a very berry color. This is called Joyride, and I'm going to do the same thing we did with this emerald green. Yes, I'm keeping that handy. We're going to use that on the lower lash line. I'm going to put it in the lower inner rim actually. How do we feel about a reddish shade in the inner rim? I don't know that I've ever put a reddish liner in my lower inner rim, but I think this might be dark enough to not make me look sick. I don't know. We're just taking a risk today. Ugh, I think I like it on the lower lash line. I don't know. I don't think I like it on the inner rim, but I like it below. Let's try it on the other eye. By the way, those L'Oreal Infallible Grip liners, they last so well in the inner rim. I'm not positive how well these ColourPop ones are going to last. It's been a while since I've used one. Okay, it's nice and dark. It's a real berry kind of vibe. Let's use it on the upper lash line. Definitely dark enough to contrast with the eyeshadow look. Ooh, and it immediately makes my eyes look a little different color. Like this is bringing out the green. My eyes are kind of like a light brown. There is some hazel in there. My mom has like a pure hazel eye. What I'm going to do is take my Infallible Grip here, and I'm just going to put that on my lower inner rim, okay? I'm just going to top it off. What might end up happening here is that we just get an even deepened up kind of plummy look as this mixes with that burgundy, but all in all, it'll be darker. I don't want my makeup to make me look questionably ill. I want it to make me look vibrant and healthy. Okay. We've added in black. I don't know if anybody could really tell what was going on there because, you know, we're on camera, we're not in person, but this on the waterline is maybe a no-go, but I do like it smudged down beneath. And then we can make it even more smoky by taking Gift Time right here. And we just kind of play around smudging over that. Nice, I like that. Okay, do we have a new mascara? No, we don't right now. I'm gonna pop something on and then I'll be back for lips. Okay friends, we've got the mascara on. I use this CoverGirl Cleantopia on the upper lashes. This is 2 coats and I think it's doing really, really well. I'm loving this mascara. And then I did Cali Ray Come Hell or High Water on the lower lashes. Now for lips from ColourPop, I do have sets of lip liners and the lippy sticks, and I think I'm gonna devote either shorts or like short videos or just a whole other video to trying those on, because in this video I'm probably only going to get to a shade or two and I want to fully like cover that, you know. So I'm going to instead today talk about what I got here from Lawless, the Daisy collection. They say Daisy's growing up, I think that's her daughter, and so is our best-selling pink shade. So what this consists of, we have a lip liner. Where's the liner? And I've been wearing this combo a lot. I really like it actually. There's the lip liner in Little Daisy. The lipstick is in Little Lady Daisy. And then they put out several new Forget the Filler lip glosses, and the one that I'm liking the best, especially in combination with this look, is the one called Fresh. So I'm going to do this little 3-step lip for you, see if you like it. So these are the Forget the Filler Definer liners. These are really nice lip liners. They go on easily, fill in the lips well, but seem to stay without a lot of like feathering outside the lips. Shade on this is kind of a muted pink, like a little deepened up pink. Maybe you can see better once I get it on the top lip here. Yeah, these liners just feel kind of velvety. I like it. That lip liner, did I say the right name before? It's going around the circle and maybe I didn't read it all. Little Lady Daisy lipstick. So this is their Forget the Filler lipstick. Gonna go over top. These make a really good combo because this lipstick is, I think, ever so much lighter than the lip liner. And that's kind of what you want, you know, you get that perfect definition when you use that. You've got the little deeper lip liner. And then this shade called Fresh in the Forget the Filler gloss, it's got a little shimmer in it. And there is a little stringiness when you pull it out. Sorry, I had to readjust the camera and empty the memory card there. But there's some shimmer in this and it looks so pretty, topping off the look. Look at this. I'm sorry, isn't that stunning? The way that combo came together. Let me swatch this gloss for you. That's Fresh. There's shine, but there's also that like pearlescent quality to it too. And I think that's why the lips look so full and so perfect. These are not a painful, like, plumping thing. I'll swatch the other 2 shades. Baby Love. Baby Love seems just kind of milky, like there isn't any shimmer in that. And then Little Lady Daisy is this other one, and it looks more pinky in the tube. And it looks like that's got a little shimmer as well in there. They call that Pink Petal with a pearl finish. Baby Love is called Creamy Light Pink with a pearl finish. And then Fresh, the one I like best, is a Mauve Champagne with a pearl finish. And I just feel like Fresh has the most impact. Okay, it's that one there. It's got the most like opaque shimmer to it. And when I put it on top of the lip combo, it just pops. Okay, so here's our finished look. I think we're actually really well coordinated in this look. We've got the rosy cheek. There is that rose pop on the eyes with the rosy lower liner inner rim situation. This lip combo, truly love the way that comes off. And I think what it's mostly about, you know, when it really came alive for me was when this gloss called Fresh came on top. There is a thickness in these Forget the Filler glosses and now kind of a cooling tingle. I don't feel like they're necessarily blowing up the lips, but they're thick. Okay, so they erase lines. There's a wonderful shine in these Forget the Fillers, and then this also has that shimmer. So it just immediately takes the entire lip up a notch. What's underneath there, I think, could be achieved by any number of like pinky lip liners or lipsticks that you have, but the gloss really made it happen for me. So I love that gloss called Fresh. To be continued on the Futurist Skin Tint Serum. So far, I'm liking it. I think everything came together on top of that really well. I hope it lasts well today. Lancome Concealer, the NYX Bear With Me Concealer Serum, just as thin and light, but really is more of a little goes a long way product for me on the skin. Much better coverage. I enjoyed using this as my contour step. I'll be doing that again for sure. The Perfector 4-in-1. Makeup Forever blushes were nice, but again, we have other nice full-colored rosy tone blushes in our collection. The highlighter though, that pearly highlighter really did something for me. And again, the gloss just, yes. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope this video was informative for you, and I just love having you here. I appreciate your time so much that you spend watching these videos. It's still amazing to me that you're watching. So thank you, and I will see you again very soon. I love you. Bye.